So I'm gonna start the video off under the hood of the Toyota Highlander here. This has the same powertrain that's in the Toyota RAV4 hybrid, the Avalon hybrid, and also the Camry hybrid. So Toyota uses this powertrain throughout their hybrid lineup. This is the same 2.5 liter four-cylinder. It makes 243 horsepower. Toyota does not quote the actual torque output numbers. This is paired with their eCVT transmission. They beefed up the batteries by additional 10%. It still has a nickel metal hydrate battery. As this one sits, it weighs around 4,400 pounds. You can tow 3,500 pounds, but if you go for the actual gasoline model, you can tow around 5,000 pounds. So just in case towing is your thing, I think you should just go up, you could just step up and just get the actual 3.5 liter, which you can tow around 5,000 pounds. Fuel economy numbers for the hybrid here is 36 in the city, 35 on the highway, and 35 combined. This is the only three-row SUV that you can get the best fuel economy with right now. So if you're looking to put your family in a fuel-efficient SUV, the Highlander has your name written all over it. But let's look at the front fascia here of the Highlander. When this vehicle first came out, I honestly didn't like the exterior design, but after a while, after reviewing this vehicle, it actually grew on me. These multi-reflector headlights are going to be a full LED. Surprised that Toyota didn't go with a full LED design. It is just an incandescent turn signal, LED daytime running light, and you do get fog lights here in the lower part of your bumper. There's no front parking sensors. Your radar lives in the actual Toyota housing, which is painted in that blue to signify that you actually have that the actual hybrid trim. I like the mesh-like grille here. But overall, I want you guys to comment down in the comment section below. Do you think the exterior design of the Highlander is nice? But let's look at the side profile of the Highlander. The side profile of the Toyota Highlander, looking at these tires and wheels, these are a 235/65 with tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I like the alloy and silver finish here. You do get 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. There's this subtle hybrid badge here with an LED side marker on the mirror caps. My Tesla only has the standard sunroof. If you want to get a panoramic sunroof, you have to step up to the actual platinum trim. They actually have one here at the dealership, but unfortunately someone purchased it, so I can actually film that for you guys. So I wanted to show you guys the 12.3 inch that you get inside the interior, and also the panoramic sunroof, which lets in a lot of light into that cabin. But the wheelbase for the Highlander is 112 inches with an overall length of 194.9. But let's take a look at the rear of the Toyota Highlander. So at the rear of the Toyota Highlander, looking at these tail lights, they're going to be an LED combination, an LED brake light, an LED reverse light with an incandescent turn signal. I'm not sure why Toyota didn't go with a full LED design like I mentioned in the front fascia of this vehicle. There's some badging back here, your Highlander badge, your Toyota emblem, which is painted in this blue to signify that you have the actual hybrid trim. There's this hybrid badge here, the XLE badge there to signify what trim level you have. Looking down here at the lower part of your bumper here, there's no rear parking sensors. There's a single exhaust tip, but you can't see it because Toyota tucked it away underneath the bumper because this is the actual hybrid version. A stand-up backup camera, incandescent lighting for the tag. My Tesla does have a power liftgate, which I think it opens this a little too slow, honestly. When you open up everything, like I mentioned, Toyota stretched everything by additional 2 inches. So the 2 inches is really for the actual cargo here. So you get around 16 cubic feet of space. And when you lift up this low floor here, there's some good additional storage down here. As you guys can see, there's a bunch of plastic that I put from the actual vehicle inside here. And to let down this third row here, just lift this little handle here. The headrest will fold into the actual seat. And when you let everything down for the third row here, Toyota says you get around 48 cubic feet of space. And there are some other competitors that gives you the option to power fold the seats. Toyota, they just give you these tabs to let down manually. When you let everything down, you get around 83.8 cubic feet of space. Keep in mind the Honda Pilot offers a little bit more, and also the Chevy Traverse, just in case you're looking to put more stuff into your actual cargo. But let's hop into the interior of the Toyota Highlander. So I'm sitting inside the 2020 Toyota Highlander Hybrid XLE, looking at this color combination. Toyota calls this the toasted caramel, which looks really, really nice. The materials in here are going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic, this aluminum door handle. It is express up, express down for all 4 windows. This portion here is nice and padded. Some additional storage. It's going to be a hard touch plastic down there. Automatic high beam switch, your power lift gate, some additional storage here, your fuel cap opener and hood latch, which is going to be down there. Looking at this steering wheel, it's going to be a 3-spoke wheel design. It is manual tilt telescoping, does have a good adjustability of range. Cycle through this LCD display. I like the power meter here in your speedometer, but to go through this LCD display here, it tells you where the energy monitor, which is going back to the actual battery pack, your auto, your driver support, and it does tell you when there's a stop sign. You guys can see in the right hand corner, it does have a stop sign posted there. Your fuel economy numbers, like I mentioned, you get 36 in the city, 35 on the highway, and 36 combined. So it's very good fuel economy numbers when you go for the actual hybrid trim. Looking here, there's a forward collision warning, a lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, your radio presets, your volume controls, your voice commands, which is here. Nice leather wrap steering wheel. Looking here, all part of your dashboard. The instrument panel is going to be a hard touch plastic covering, but around the head unit here is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. So some very nice materials. Looking here, this is a 8-inch display. You have your energy monitor, which basically tell you where the energy is going. It's going from the engine to the electric motor into the actual battery pack. There are some dedicated home buttons here. You have a volume and tune knob there. This does have tri-zone climate control, 3-level heated seats. Surprisingly, that Toyota didn't offer cool seats. Looking here, there's your front defogger, rear defogger. There's some additional storage which is carried over from the previous generation, the 2 shelves that everyone loved from the previous generation Highlander. More soft touch materials here. The glove box is damped, but it's not lined with felt. As you can see, it's a pretty decent sized glove box. Your owner's manual and also your window sticker there. But closing that bag, looking down here, there's 2 quick fast charging USB port, another USB, a standard USB, a 12-volt. But putting the Highlander into reverse here, you can see it has this backup camera, no front or rear parking sensors. Putting it down here, kicking over to the actual left. That's Toyota's eCVT transmission. Putting it back into park. Different drive modes here, sport, normal, and eco. I like how they have it labeled. Your stability control, your EV mode, you can just press this and trickle down the road, and only in electric mode, only when the battery pack is nearly full. But I was reading, or someone told me, that you can only drive under 25 miles an hour, and then you can only go around like 2 miles only on electric range. So but Toyota did beef up the batteries by additional 10%. They still use that nickel metal hydrate battery. An auto hold feature, which is here, electronic parking brake. The center console here is nice and padded. Pull this back, wireless charging pad, you can turn it on and off. Looking down here, there's a very deep center console, another 12-volt inside. But closing this back, the seats in here are comfortable. They remind me of the seats that's in the actual Camry. They're so comfortable, but they're not aggressively bolstered. Above me, there are some controls, which is SOS. Also for the standard sunroof here, sunglass holder. You have this little reflector there to check on the passengers in the 3rd row. And above me, there's a standard sunroof. You can open and close the shade if you would like. But to get the panoramic sunroof, you have to step up to the actual platinum trim. So if you're looking to get that, you have to step up to that particular trim. But the interior here is really nice, soft touch materials here and there. But let's hop into the 2nd row and 3rd row of the Toyota Highlander. So to get into the 3rd row of the Toyota Highlander, just pull this little lever here and manually slide the seat forward. But getting back here, I'm gonna sit on the left side of the vehicle here. And as you guys can see, I'm basically sitting on the floor. There's not a lot of cushion back here for some reason. I'm not sure why. It reminds me of that Lincoln Aviator that I reviewed. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm sitting on the floor instead of sitting in the seat. As you guys can see, my knees are in the actual seat back of this 2nd row here, but you can have the person in the 2nd row push the seat just a little bit forward. Toyota says you get around 27 inches of leg room, but I beg to differ. As you guys can see, I have a little bit of foot room underneath this 2nd row here with the captain's chairs. But like I mentioned in my previous video, I think you get around 21 inches of leg room. I don't really think it's 27 inches. But there's 4 cup holders back here, no USB charging ports, no USB-Cs, no heated seats, no cool seats in the 3rd row. But let's hop into the 2nd row really quick so I can show you guys. Oh, God. But getting to the 2nd row, just pushing the seat back. I love the color combination in this in my tester here. There's 2 cup holders down here, tri-zone climate control, 2 quick fast charging USB ports. The floor back here is nice and flat. You can also get the bench seating to have up to 8 passenger seating. And there's this manual sunshade that you can get to block out additional lighting. 2 mat pockets here. But overall, the Highlander is a really good place to sit. Unfortunately, if you're looking to put a full-size adult into the actual 3rd row, I advise not to, because that's really reserved for kids. And I wish Toyota would offer the panoramic sunroof that you get on the actual platinum trim to basically be on the limited and the XLE trims, because I think that panoramic sunroof would look amazing with this color combination. But let's take the Highlander out and see how it performs. So starting off in the 2020 Toyota Highlander Hybrid XLE trim. This has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, pedestrian detection, pre-collision warning, emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring. So this thing is fully loaded with Toyota safety sense. You have to worry that you want to get in a modern day SUV. Toyota is giving you all that free of charge. My tests are having Toyota's 2.5 liter four-cylinder that comes in the RAV4 hybrid, the Toyota Camry hybrid, and also the Avalon hybrid. So this powertrain is being used all over Toyota's hybrid portfolio. This makes 243 horsepower, and Toyota does not quote the actual torque number output. It just has a eCVT transmission. Fuel economy numbers really quick are 36 in the city, 35 on the highway, and 36 combined. So very, very excellent fuel economy. And yes, Ford does offer a hybrid powertrain, but that vehicle can't touch the nearly 40 miles per gallon that this Highlander could get if you're a conservative driver. Visibility is really good up the front. These thin A-pillars here, these big side mirrors here, like I mentioned, does have blind spot monitor integrated into them. They're not connected to the A-pillar. They're connected. Toyota put the mirrors here on the actual door frame so you can have good visibility around them. And this thing rides smooth as a Toyota Camry. This Highlander is known to be the Camry of SUVs. And it's like dead quiet in here. The combustion engine just kicked back on. I was honestly driving in like electric mode for like a short period of time until I put my foot to the pedal. But once you floor it, the 2.5 liter, it doesn't, the four-cylinder motor, it doesn't sound too bad, and it's not as buzzy as I thought it would be, but it has a really good sound in here, and you honestly would wake your kids up if you were driving a little bit aggressively. And mind you, I'm in actual eco mode here. Put into normal. It rides smoother for some. I don't know, I'm not sure, but it gets a little smoother when it's in normal. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the actual hybrid here. And you guys can hear, it's completely quiet in here. It's like completely quiet. It's like really super duper quiet. And honestly, you could legit have your kids sleeping in the back and going on a long road trip. They won't hear nothing when you're driving along. Only thing I hear is just the tire noise coming from the road, of course. And I live here in Miami. We don't have the best roads, but I'm gonna do a slight acceleration run here really quick. We're gonna do a slight acceleration run. I'm gonna put my foot on the brake. And that's with traction on. I wouldn't turn the traction off because it would legit hop the vehicle, and you don't want to do that to your Highlander, which is around like $41,000. You want to end up taking it back to Toyota and say, hey, look, I kind of messed up the front axle there. But overall, this interior here is really quiet. I just wish my tester came with the 12.3 inch infotainment screen and also the panoramic sunroof. I just get a standard sunroof on my trim here. But Toyota says there are around 24 different competitors in this segment of cars, and I'm going to take it out of sport mode and put it back into eco. Toyota says there's 24 different competitors. You have the Volkswagen Atlas, you have the Honda Pilot, the Chevy Traverse. So the Highlander does have a lot of competitors to keep up with, but this Highlander here and this in the hybrid configuration is the best in class. You cannot get any better MPG with any other of those vehicles that I named. Even like I mentioned previously before, the Ford does offer a hybrid powered Explorer, but that vehicle cannot touch the Highlander's 40 miles per gallon. So that's something to honestly think about. And this vehicle can get a little pricey. I know a platinum trim is around $51,000. You can get a little bit more, but there are some Toyota dealership that's discounting the Highlander. But I'm gonna do another slight acceleration run really quick. But I'm gonna leave the traction on, and put it into normal here. I'm gonna floor it. It cut power there. Toyota says 0 to 60 in 7 to 8 seconds. Honestly, I can believe that. If you're looking for a more deeper growl, just in case this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder is not a good enough sound for you, Toyota does still offer that 3.5 liter V6, which sounds pretty good. But if you're looking to get really good fuel economy numbers, I wouldn't recommend getting the 3.5 liter V6 if you're looking to get around 40 miles to the gallon. The seats in here are really comfortable. They're the seats out of the Camry, but I wish they were just a little bolstered here on the sides. I kind of find myself squirming around a little bit, but the padding is really good. They're plushed. The ride quality here is really good. The powertrain is really smooth, but it does buzz a little bit into the cabin, but you won't wake up your kids if you're going on an actual long road trip. But the Highlander is something to really check out, put on your list if you're, or for say a greeny person, and you wanted to have best fuel economy. You would definitely want to put this on your list. After spending time with the 2020 Toyota Highlander Hybrid, if you're looking to put your family in a 3-row fuel-efficient SUV, the Toyota Highlander has your name written all over it. This vehicle can get nearly 40 miles to the gallon if you're a conservative driver. And yes, Ford does offer the Ford Explorer Hybrid, but that vehicle cannot reach the 40 miles per gallon that you can get with the Toyota Highlander Hybrid. So how much does a Highlander cost? My Tesla starts off at $41,000. This does have some optional equipment, which is the paint protection, the Toyota Guard, which is 2 oil changes in the filter, the carpeted mats and floor mats, which is a $439 option. With all those options, my Tesla stickers for $47,947. I'd like to give a special thanks to South Dade Toyota for providing me with the Toyota Highlander. If you're in the market for a Toyota Highlander, you can come to South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. And this is my full overview on the 2020 Toyota Highlander Hybrid. If you guys are looking to support the Drive On Reviews YouTube channel, just check out the description box down below. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews. And please keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.